Everyone. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I'm going to have to bend down because I'm about a foot taller than this microphone. But I'm Larry Shepard. I'm Executive Director of the American Numismatic Association. And I'm pleased to welcome you to the 2009 World's Fair of Money. This has been a wonderful year of recovery for the ANA. And we're really happy that you're here to help us celebrate that. Over the next 5 days, you'll have a chance to see some amazing numismatic exhibits, including our inaugural museum showcase, which is located over in this corner, and I hope you all will take time to go look at it. That exhibit also features our partnership, the very special partnership we have with the Smithsonian Institute, where they've brought some amazing treasures from their collection for your viewing and educational pleasure this year. Included in that are the just absolutely incredible 1849 $20 gold double eagle, which that coin alone is worth the price of admission to the show, and the 1933 $20 gold piece. So you have the first and the last $20 gold pieces. There's also just an amazing collection of gold rarities that fall in between those two dates in their display. In our display, you'll see 3 of the 5 known 1913 Liberty nickels, and the Smithsonian has their example here as well. So we actually have 4 of the 5 known 1913 Liberty nickels for your pleasure. We have the finest known 1907 ultra high relief double eagle. Just a fabulous coin, graded proof 69. That coin also alone is worth the price of admission. We have an amazing 1879 Stella, flowing hair Stella, in absolutely pristine condition. That's really worth seeing. We have the finest known and possibly the first $1794 struck by the U.S. Mint. And we have the first American gold coin, the 1787 EB on breast bracier doubloon. So that's quite a display, and we hope you enjoy that, and we hope that once we open the show, you'll walk out with us to view the museum showcase. You'll also find nearly 100 member exhibits in our collector gallery, and you'll be able to join numismatic scholars and aficionados at the David Sundman Lecture Series and enjoy a full menu of free numismatic theater presentations over the next few days. You'll be able to gather with your old friends and fellow collectors as you roam the bourse. You'll be able to buy, sell, and trade with more than 1,000 dealers who will present the best numismatic inventory available at any show this year. You can visit mints from 16 nations and 4 continents in our Mint Promenade and enjoy special presentations by many of those mints in our new World Mint Theater, set in Hall A stage on the bourse floor. It's truly a privilege to hold this special World's Fair of Money in Los Angeles, the ANA's convention home for the first time since Gerald Ford was president in 1975. So we're pleased and proud to be here. Now I'd like to introduce to you ANA President Barry Stubler.
Thank you, Larry. Well, welcome to sunny California for the 118th anniversary of the American Numismatic Association's World's Fair of Money. This is a really well-attended show. We're going to have, as you know, over 1,000 dealers on the floor. This show we started planning back in 2004, and with the Convention and Visitors Bureau in downtown Los Angeles here, and it's just wonderful to see how it's come together over the last 5 years, and I'm really excited about the show. Being from the Los Angeles area, it's just nice to be able to bring it home. Joining me today on the podium is the General Chairman of the show, Lee Kuntz. Honorable Chairman Bill Grant.
He's absent.
Oh, he's out? He's out.
In the hospital.
Oh, wow. Our special guest, Ed Moy, the Director of the U.S. Mint. The ANA Board of Governors is joining us this morning. I'd like to introduce them. I don't think Patty Finner is here yet, my Vice President. However, Governor Joe Bowling. Just put your hand up so we can see where you're at. There you go. Okay. Governor Alan Herbert. Governor Chet Krause. Governor and President-elect Clifford Mishler. Governor Walter Ostromecki. Governor Ed Rochette. Governor Wendell Walker. Our incoming Vice President, Tom Hollenbeck. Governor-elect Jeff Garrett. Governor-elect J.P. Martin. Governor-elect Scott Rodenhouse. These are the people you voted for. This is our incoming governors. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the incoming president of the American Numismatic Association, Paul Montgomery. Is Paul here? Guess not. P&G past president Gary Atkins, is he here? No. Our executive director, Bob Bergman. Brent Glass, the director of the Smithsonian National Museum. Is Brent here? Is Karen Lee here with the museum, director of projects and numismatic? She's over there? Okay. I'd like to extend our special thank you to the official ANA auction company, Bowers and Marina. Its president, Steve Dietz. Its vice president, Rick Monterio. And chief operating officer, Ian Russell. Also here this morning are the ANA's treasurer, Austin Sheehan. Our past president, Q. David Bowers. Past president, Kenneth Burchett. Is he here? Okay. We have a lot of past presidents, soon to be one. Past president, Robert Campbell. Past president, David Gans. Past president, Ken Hollenbeck. Get back there. Past president, William Horton. Bill's here. Past president, Gary Lewis. I think Gary's here. Past president, Anthony Swiatek. Past president, John Wilson. I know John's here. Put your hand up, John. This year, the ANA received $111,000 in support from its convention sponsors. Thank you so much to the title sponsors, the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, the Royal Mint of the Arcade Currency Palace, and Shearson Downey. We are very grateful for the significant support and received from our prime sponsors. Please be sure to look for their advertisements, acknowledge the fact that these sponsors are here. Please go by and visit them. Without these sponsorships, our show could not be as successful as it is. Participating in this year's World's Fair of Money, providing the event with international flavor, is the Austrian Mint. And Kristen Peterson, is she here? There she is. Looks Austrian. Yeah, looks. I love it. The Banco de Mexico, the Central Mint, the China Gold Coin, the Israel government, coin and medals, the Japan Mint. So we're having a nice, please visit the Mint Row. It's down there. It's incredible exhibits that you'll really enjoy seeing. The Galerie from Paris, the Northwest Territories Mint, the Panda America, Perth Mint, Popjoy Mint, Royal Australian Mint, Royal Canadian Mint, the Royal Mint South African Mint, the United States Bureau of Engraving and Printing, and the United States Mint with obviously Ed Moy. Please take the time to go down to visit the mints. I think you'll have an incredible time. Okay. One of our special guests just showed up. I'd like to acknowledge the current Attorney General of the state of California and the past governor, and who's going to welcome us to California, the Attorney General, Jerry Brown.
Well, I came in the back door, so that's what politicians always do. They go in the back door, but they hopefully come out the front door. Welcome to Los Angeles. This is a great convention and conference, and a great opportunity to see some great coins. And I'm an old coin collector from a long time back, and that's how I somehow get involved with all this. But we have a certain number of issues, trying to make sure that our laws in California facilitate coin collecting and sales and the way things have always operated for many, many years. So I can tell you, as the dollar cheapens, there's no better place to hold your value than in something that's real and tangible. The last coin show I went to, I was very impressed. Somebody with gold coins told me that in 1930, a $20 gold piece would buy 15 barrels of oil, and today to do the same thing. So that's kind of interesting. So if you haven't got your gold coins, you better get them. So have a great visit here to Los Angeles and the coin show, and maybe we'll have a chance to chat as we go along during the day. Thank you.
It's my great pleasure now to introduce the Director of the United States Mint, Mr. Ed Moy.
Thank you very much. First of all, to address General Brown here, as Director of the United States Mint, I'd like to make an offer to the state of California. If you wanted to run up some change at a discount, please talk to me afterwards. Well, it's a pleasure to be with everyone here at the 118th Annual World's Fair of Money. I was just noticing it's the 118th, so this great convention started roughly at the Mint's 100th anniversary, and so it's great to be here to be with you all on this occasion. The Mint's always enjoyed a very close relationship with the ANA for many, many years, and I want to thank and congratulate Barry Stupler for just outstanding leadership over this past year. You've done a great job. So. I also look forward to working with President-elect Mishler. It'll be a pleasure to work with you. Well, today is Director of the United States Mint, but I'm also a numismatist, and one day I won't be Director of the United States Mint, but I'll still be a numismatist. So it was very special for me to make it to Museum Corner and get a sneak peek. And I'll tell you, they have some great exhibits there. So I encourage everybody here to mosey on over there and take a look at some of the wonderful coins. We at the Mint have the same exhibit as we did last year, but with one special twist. We wanted to make it, to kind of bring our exhibit up to a more close and personal level, like the Museum Corner. So this year we also have 2 sample UHR coins, which you can actually touch and feel. Because I know most people, when they buy it, it's going to stay in a capsule and you're going to admire it, but you're never really going to to handle it. And so we wanted to make this year a little bit special, and so we have 2 loose coins that if you go through our exhibit, you'll be able to physically touch and feel that high relief, which gets me very, very excited. So please come by the United States Mint booth. So I also wanted, after taking a look at Museum Corner, thank my friend Brent Glass and the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History for that type of collaboration. If you have time and you can make it at 10:30, we'd like you to go to Hall A's stage, where Brent and I will have an announcement of a joint venture together. We're going to start a partnership, and we want you all to hear about it first here at the ANA. So along with that, just let me close by saying every year I've had this pleasure, but I just want to congratulate the ANA for another great World's Fair of Money. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed. We appreciate that very much. Once again, on behalf of the American Numismatic Association, I welcome you to our World's Fair of Money. An event of this type takes a lot of effort from a lot of people, and I want to thank some of them. Everyone in this group has worked together to bring you a fantastic event. It starts with the ANA Convention Department and staff, and extends to General Chairman Lee Kuntz and his lovely wife, so I'd like for them to stand once again and receive your applause. They've done a terrific job, and it's a lot of work that goes into this, and so we really appreciate that very much. I also want to thank Honorary Chairman Bill Grant, who I understand is in the hospital. I wish him well. And the volunteers from our host clubs, the California State Numismatic Association, the Numismatic Association of Southern California, and the Verdugo Hills Coin Club. I hope you enjoy the next few days browsing the tables and the world mints and the clubs and so forth. And don't forget to attend the many educational programs and meetings that we offer. And view not just the museum exhibits, but the many collector exhibits that are on display here too. Once again, the collectors work very, very hard to put on these wonderful exhibits for your pleasure. So please take time to go view those. I also hope that you'll remember to spend some time going and looking at the auction lots. We have a terrific auction this year being presented by Bowers and Brenna. So please take some time to stop over at their lot viewing as well. Now I'd like President Stupler to present the Goodfellow Award and plaque to G. Lee Kuntz.
It is truly my honor to present this to you, Lee. You've done an outstanding job as our chairman, and I really appreciate your dedication to the hobby and your commitment to the American Numismatic Association.
Thank you, Barry, and it's been a pleasure working with you, the ANA, and all my team, because they really put out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lee. This year, we have a very special announcement to make regarding a generous and wonderful gift from Dwight Manley to the American Numismatic Association, Florence Shook School of Numismatics. Dwight, would you please step forward for the presentation? This is a check for $250,000 that Dwight is presenting to us to provide scholarships for YNs to come to our summer seminar. And we currently provide about 20 full scholarships for YNs to attend our summer seminar, and as many of you know, that the prior YNs from the 1970s, 1980s, and so forth have become a who's who in our hobby, including Dwight and others. And Dwight wants to give other young numismatists the opportunity that he had to enjoy and learn and benefit from summer seminar. So we're going to use these funds as part of a challenge to try to achieve a matching donation in equal amounts, and with the hopes that we can, within the next 2 to 3 years, expand the number of scholarships that we're offering to 50 scholarships a year, and hopefully this will be the start of a program that over the next several years will allow us to raise the scholarship number up to 100 scholarships a year.
As Larry just told you, Dwight was one of our young numismatists, and Dwight's very first teacher was Q. David Bowers, and David would like to say a few words.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I started out as a young numismatist. When I first ANA convention, it was 1955, and I wasn't old enough to belong to the ANA. You had to be 18, and I was only 16. But they let me in anyway, because this is before they had security, before they had any rules or anything. You know, they were just happy to have dealers. But that, however many years ago, I've been here ever since. Back in the 1980s, for a number of years, I taught the All About Coins class in Colorado Springs for the ANA. It was a fun thing, and a young man named Dwight Manley, I think, was 14 years old then, and I don't know what he wanted to be, a baseball player, a surfer, or a stamp dealer, but whatever it was, at the end of the class, he something went through his mind, and he said, "I'm going to be a coin dealer." So anyway, now we have Dwight, and I'm very proud of Dwight and Dwight's family, and all the other young numismatists. And the future is in youth. I'm a collector of musical things, and I have a Wurlitzer theater organ, theater pipe organ. And I was reading in their one of their latest bulletins. It said, "We go to a convention of pipe organ people, and you look out, what do you see?" And the answer was, "We see gray." The average member of the American Philatelic Society is 65 years old. That's stamp collecting. I think coins are younger, but anything the young numismatists can do to bring down the average is good, because the young numismatists are our future, and I'm very proud of Dwight, and this donation is beyond marvelous. Thank you.
Larry Goldberg, would you like to say a few words?
I talk to Dwight at least 8 to 10 times a day, except on Sundays. That's only about twice. And I know for a fact he truly loves the ANA. It gave him his start. It's been very important in his life, and he's been a very successful guy in all different things he's done, and he likes to share his accomplishments, and he's a very charitable guy, and this is his favorite place to donate, and he would like to keep on donating as he does more successful things in life. So I congratulate Dwight for supporting the ANA, helping the ANA, and participating. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry. As I mentioned, this is a challenge pledge, and we would like to achieve donations in a matching sum over time so that we can kick off this program. So I'll be available here for the next 15 minutes if anyone would like to drop off a check. But this is a grand and generous donation from Dwight. And Dwight, your commitment to the hobby and to our association, and most importantly, the education of young numismatists is quite commendable. And I want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. We're pleased to have many prominent guests today, as you've already seen, and one of those is Brent Glass, Director of the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of American History, which is providing the extraordinary exhibit in our museum showcase. I'd like to ask Director Glass to come up and speak for a few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry, very much. I know I'm the last speaker that stands between you and opening the convention, so I will just say a few words. General Brown, very good to see you here, and also Ed Moy, the director of the U.S. Mint, who, as he indicated earlier, we will have a special announcement in about a half an hour about a new partnership. I'm very glad and pleased to represent the Smithsonian's National Museum of American History at the 118th convention of the World's Fair of Money. We have a special exhibition here at the museum called Good as Gold, at the convention called Good as Gold, America's Double Eagles, which describes the evolution of America's, the largest coin to ever circulate in the United States. And I encourage you to go and see this exhibition. I'm also pleased that we will be able to travel the exhibition at future ANA conventions in Fort Worth, Boston, and Sacramento. So I want to thank Larry Shepard and Barry Stupler for their support for the museum and for making the partnership with ANA so successful. I want to also thank all the private collectors who have supported the National Numismatic Collection at the museum with gifts and donations and their visits. We really have a great partnership with the people who are in this business, and we also want to encourage young people to enjoy coin collecting and understand its history and the art and the science. We opened a small gallery at the museum in June, and it is attracting thousands, tens of thousands of people every day. I do want to recognize the wonderful staff of the museum who makes this possible, Dick Doty, Jim Hughes, and Karen Lee, who are here. Please come by the museum showcase, and I know they would enjoy greeting you. So in closing, I want to thank everyone for inviting us to participate. I know it's time to open the convention, so thank you, and I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you, Brent. Now please join President Barry Stupler of the ANA Board of Governors, Director Glass, Director Moy, Attorney General Brown, and the past presidents of the ANA in the museum showcase area for our inaugural viewing of this very special exhibit area. We will now cut the ribbon.
Hi, Bobby. We're here greeting everybody.
Can you tell us what is your involvement with the American Numismatic Association in being at this coin convention?
Well, as Attorney General, I enforce the laws, bring lawsuits, or don't bring lawsuits, or issue opinions on contemporary law, and I also play a role in the legislative process when bills are considered, and they ask the Attorney General, what do you think? So there are issues that affect coin dealers, and so we want to make sure that this profession is protected and respected and not interfered with by excessive government intrusion or regulation. So that's really why I'm here. People want to make sure that I understand what's going on and what are the issues that come up when you're dealing with this kind of business. It's pretty unique, has historic roots in our society, in fact, all human history. So it's something that we want to be careful modern laws don't disrupt ancient practices of coin dealers.
And how have you found the numismatic community be for working with you and the state of California with these issues?
Well, I haven't had any issues so far, and I've just gotten to know a number of people in this work and this profession. So I'm just glad to be here and check things out. I used to have a coin collection when I was much younger. Today, I'm a little more focused on government and trying to figure out where California is going to get another $15 billion because we're in the hole. So we could use a few gold coins.
So do you see any way that coin collecting could help the state of California?
Well, in the sense that businesses open up, we have some people who are going to open a business in Beverly Hills. That's good. A lot of businesses are leaving. We like businesses coming. So I think this is a profession where government hasn't played a big role, and maybe that's a good thing.
Do you think there'll be anything that you might start collecting from walking around the floor?
You never know. I never know. I got my credit card.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Dwight, you've just given a generous donation to the American Numismatic Association. Why have you done this?
Just to give back to the ANA, something that made a big difference in my life. I remember the day in 1981 when Ms. Shook called me and said I got an alternate scholarship last second for $400 to go to Colorado Springs, and I was so excited, and I didn't have the money then, and it just opened doors in my life that were priceless, and giving back to the ANA is the least I can do for what it offered me.
Tell me about Florence. Tell me a Florence Shook story. What do you remember about her?
She was really protective of all the young numismatists. She didn't have children. Her husband died in World War II, so she never remarried. And the ANA ultimately became her family, and the kids were her kids. So when she would get sick, we would take care of her. When we would do something wrong, she would come and yell at us. But ultimately, always making sure we were safe and learned and just being a great numismatist. And even after I left that, grew up, had kids, she would participate in my life and call me from Michigan and come places to see us, and just was a really wonderful person, special.
How would you counsel someone to get started as a coin collector?
You know, I teach coin club during the school year to the kids in my neighborhood and from my children's school twice a month, and it's just about having the passion to learn. And whether it's from your change, going to a coin shop, writing away through the mail, I think reading is number one, learning. When I was 7, I first went to a coin shop, and the coin dealer said, "You have to buy a book before I'll sell you a coin." And I started to cry. I said, "I gotta buy this coin, 15 cents. So he sold it to me, 1911 cents. But I got the book, and I read it over 3 days, and I went back, and I was hooked.
12, 13.
Why have you come to the American Numismatic Association?
Well, it's the biggest coin show of the year, and people come from all over the country to get here. A lot of them take vacations at this show, so we came to see the investors and the collectors from around the country to show them our coins.
What are some of the highlights you've brought with you to this convention?
Well, some of the most fun coins that we brought was a large amount of proof gold. We have several $4 Stellas in proof. We even have a coiled hair Stella, which is one of the rarest $4 gold pieces.
And how are you finding the markets right now? How are collectors reacting to this economy?
Well, it's kind of a difficult time out there, but we found that the real high-grade investors who are looking for high rarity kinds of coins are out there. People are looking for budget items quite a bit. You know, they're looking for silver dollars. Collectors don't ever seem to go away.
And what sort of items do you think would be best for people to pay attention to right now?
Well, rarity, rarity, rarity. The first word in rare coins is rare, and that's the kind of coins that they seem to be most interested in, the things that they don't see very often.
And I see stamps in one of your showcases. What are you doing in your handling of stamps?
We brought a large display of very rare stamps. We have the first stamp ever made in the United States. We have the Jennies, not the inverted one, we actually can get that one. But we have some very neat stamps that people have had a lot of interest in, actually. We've got quite a bit of walking traffic to look at it.
And where will we see you at what show next?
The next show that we plan to get to is the Long Beach Convention, which is in about a month. Also here on the West Coast, but we visit 20 shows a year all through the country.
What's the best way for people to find you?
You can go to our website, which is certifiedasset.com, or use our 800 number, 800-999-7285, and you'll reach either of the offices on the East Coast or the West Coast.
All right, well, best of luck.
Okay, thank you very much.
James, why have you come to the American Numismatic Association convention?
Well, we come every year, and if there's only one convention that we can make, this would be the one to come to. Although we go to 50 or 60 shows each year, but this is the biggest one and the best one.
Okay, you have one of the oldest grading service in the country.
Yes.
How does ANAC stand out and differentiate itself from other grading services?
Well, we cater to the collector. That's our bread and butter. We have tens of thousands of collectors who submit coins to us, and some of the reasons why they collect them or why they submit them to us is because no other company will certify and attribute anywhere near as many coins as we do. We also will certify problem coins, coins that have been cleaned, whereas the other grading services would send those back in body bags. We also have what we feel to be the top graders in the world. J.P. Martin, Michael Fahey, the two of them, along with Tim Hargis and John Roberts, are known industry-wide for their expertise.
And we're here in Los Angeles in what's supposed to be a terrible recession time. How have you seen that affect your marketplace?
Well, amazingly, our growth has been stunning. I bought the company in December of 2007. 2008, our revenues were up over 250% from the previous year. This year, they're up 40 to 50% from last year. So we're also expanding our space. We're adding 4,200 more square feet. So business is terrific for us.
And how about for the future? What do you think will be happening in the next few months to a year?
Well, I think that personally, I'm a bit concerned about the industry, but we're doing well because of our collector base. But I do have some concerns, but personally for Annex, I just see continued growth because of our collector base.
All right, well, best of luck.
Thanks so much, David.
Harlan, how has this ANA convention been?
It's been good. Low traffic, but the buyers have been upper level buyers.
And what sort of things are people looking at?
Well, I think people are looking at everything. Gold coins are pretty popular. So is Greek silver. People aren't buying much in little coins. I think the economy has hurt the small buyer, but it has zero impact on the bigger buyer.
Okay. A lot of people are concerned that the LA economy is in such bad shape that this would be a bad show. So apparently that's not the case?
No. I think the location is a problem. There's a lot of people don't like to come downtown and haven't been downtown in years. So we've heard complaints about the location. Now, I don't know what effect the economy has, but we do notice that the small buyer is not here, but the big buyer is.
And you have some spectacular pieces in your case in Ancients. Can you just tell me about this large medal that you have?
Well, the medallion is actually a medallion that was produced as a gift for the wedding of Tiberius II, Constantine's younger daughter, to the general of the armies in 582. And it was given out in the bezel, doubtless with a chain that no longer exists, to people who attended the wedding. There's another medal that exists that shows the wedding ceremony, and it's made from hammering 2 pieces of thin gold into a die. So whereas this weighs 90 grams, the other one weighs 40 grams. So depending upon how important you were, you got a lighter or a heavier medallion. And that's borne out by the fact that when you deal with Byzantine seals, if it's a lead seal, that's one person. If it's a gold seal, how many solidi weight it is what determines how important the person is who is getting the communication or letter. And so that's why you've got different weights on these marriage medallions.
And this piece you expect to trade in what range, price range?
Well, around $2 million.
And what is your outlook for the future of the economy and as it affects the coin market?
Well, it looks like Obama's doing a good job. The economy seems to be turning around rather quickly. And we didn't have any problems when it was bad. In fact, when the economy was bad, our bullion business went through the roof, and we had no slow up in the sale of rare ancient coins because people didn't want to buy real estate or stocks or put their money in a bank or collect low interest rates, so they bought rare coins.
David, NGC has recently decided to grade ancient coins. What caused this decision to be made?
Well, there's a much broader market for ancient coins than the existing collector community, and there's a very high level of entry into this field. Everyone seems to want to have at least a coin or two, or maybe collect them seriously, but the problem is the lack of confidence to jump in. Third-party grading of the coins, knowing that a third-party expert has examined the coin, adds a great degree of confidence and will, we believe, greatly expand the market.
Okay, and there's a lot of challenges and flans and strikes, and how will you overcome these difficulties in grading?
It's a good point. There's a lot of difference between modern machine-struck coins and ancient coins which were generally hand-struck. So we not only grade for wear, circulation wear, but we also separately evaluate strike and surface, each of them on a 5-point scale. So you can get a very good idea of a coin, what it looks like. We also indicate if it's of fine style, because each of these were struck with hand-engraved dies. So the quality of workmanship on the dies, which is of course reproduced on the coin, can vary considerably. So we certainly make a point of designating the coins of fine style.
And you'll please be patient with my question. You appear to be a very young man in the world of ancient coins.
Yeah.
What is your background that allowed you to be chosen as the head of this department?
Well, I have a little more than 20 years experience as a full-time dealer. I've worked for Christie's and Superior and R.M. Smythe. I've authored a few works, reference works in the field, and just a lot of experience in the international market in Europe, in England, in the United States, buying and trading coins for 20 years. You get to know where all the bodies are buried.
Okay, and what do you think is the future of ancient coins? How will they fare in the future with this economy?
I think it's going to be outstanding because it's still a relatively unknown field. A very narrow audience, what I would describe as a very privileged audience thus far. It's sort of a well-kept secret. Already we're seeing extraordinary interest from people who are now have the confidence to jump into this field, which is great for everyone else, but it's going to be a little difficult for those who have enjoyed the sheltered world of ancients up until now.
All right, well, best of luck with it.
Great, thank you.
Don, you've come to the American Numismatic Association convention. Why are you here?
Well, I'm here to present myself in my new incarnation after having been 10 years in the rare coin corporate world, 7 years with Certified Assets. 3 years before that, I was with Goldline International as their main buyer, and the first part of this year, very brief stint as the president and CEO of Superior Galleries in Woodland Hills.
And what's moved you? Are you happy to be back in the private sector?
I am thrilled to be back in the private sector. After all that time, I'm sort of taking stock of all my experience and knowledge, and going back to a slower pace, one that I enjoy, allows me to work with people one-on-one, and I'm doing a consulting process so that I find there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of questions, a lot of issues. There's more and more people as time goes by, as we're all getting older. Every day that people are dying, there's estates out there with people that don't know what to do with their coins. And there's more questions now. People want to sell. We're in a market where people are inclined to sell, and they're just looking for guidance. And I think there's a need for that right now in the coin business. And taking a look at my own background, I've been doing this as a collector dealer for upwards of 50 years. Started at eight years old doing this, so I've got a lot of things to offer. So I'm doing it at sort of a personal basis now.
And what's this particular convention like? They're talking about it being a bad recession in Los Angeles. How are you finding the market?
I think the market's tentative. I think there's certainly reticence out there for people to. There's nobody aggressively buying things other than a few items here and there. We're in a market situation where people are tentative, and coins are still selling. The right coins will sell to the right people and the right collectors. If it's exceptional, truly rare, priced right with the marketplace, certainly the registry coins relative to PCGS and the NGC registry sites are still trading at fairly formidable levels. But I think if you're a dealer with an inventory of a lot of what we call stuff, items that you can find virtually anywhere in America, even though they're rare, they're not ultimately rare, and 10 or 15 of them can be had at any given time. And those kinds of things are suffering. There's not a lot of market for that right now. People are not willing to stock it. I don't know where the market's going to go from here. We're all kind of looking at all the indicators and trying to figure out if the government policies are going to create inflation and cause gold to skyrocket, or we're going to spin into a recession. I don't think anybody knows that answer right now. There certainly seems to be a lot of people with the inclination to believe that we're going to have spiraling inflation due to the government pumping money into the system, and it certainly looks inevitable. It's just a matter of when that's going to happen.
All right, well, best of luck with your new venture.
All right, thank you very much.
Cole, why have you come to the American Numismatic Association?
I've come to this convention and come to become an ANA member because coin collecting is something I really enjoy, and this convention is the greatest show on earth. So, I've come here for the education, to give a few presentations, to exhibit, and to purchase a few coins for future presentations and exhibits.
I understand you've just come from the Young Numismatist Gathering and you've been given an award. What was that award?
I was just named the ANA Young Numismatist of the Year.
What does that mean?
It means that this past year, 2008, I was the most distinguished young numismatist from that year, and it was I guess it was because I gave a lot of talks and exhibits, and I've been really involved at the local, state, and national level. So what do you hope to do with your numismatic background? I'm not really sure. I have a lot of possibilities, and really though, I'm probably going to go into coins as a business, possibly as a grader or possibly as a dealer. And how old are you now, and what grade are you? Currently I'm 14, and I will be in 9th grade in the fall. And what is your favorite area of coins? My favorite area is probably ancient coins because they have so much history behind them, especially Roman. All right. We're very proud of you, Cole. Congratulations. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Thank you very, very much for joining us. I'd like to introduce two individuals this morning, Ed Moy and Brent Glass, both of whom you've met already. Ed Moy, the director of the United States Mint, and Brent Glass, the director of the National Museum of American History in Washington. They have some very, very exciting news to announce to you this morning, and we're delighted to do that here at this convention, this conference, and delighted to have both of these gentlemen. Mr. Moy.
Thank you, Tom. Good morning and welcome. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ed Moy. I'm the director of the United States Mint. And up here with me is my friend Brent Glass, who's the director of the National Museum of American History. And Brent and I are here to announce an agreement between our organizations to partner in the development of a museum-quality traveling numismatic exhibition. Our organizations will work very closely over the next 12 to 18 months on the exhibition's development. The details are not completely ironed out yet, but the goal of the exhibition will be to illuminate the rich history of American coinage and the manufacturing of those coins. We want to really focus on the history of American coins, as well as get more people interested in how they're designed and manufactured. So since its inception in 1792, the United States Mint has been the sole producer of official American coinage for commerce, and the Smithsonian, which was created in 1846, has this distinguished history of preserving and interpreting American history and documenting American technology and manufacturing. So much of the museum's core holdings date back to 1923, when there was a transfer to the National Numismatic Collection from the United States Mint to the Smithsonian, and the collection continues to be augmented by annual additions of newly produced coins and medals and patterns from the United States Mint. The United States Mint also retains an important collection of heritage assets. These artifacts document the material culture of our agency and cover more than 200 years of designing and manufacturing numismatics. These holdings are natural and historical counterparts to the holdings of the Smithsonian's National Numismatic Collection, and together these holdings can create a holistic exhibition that really has unique educational value. So we envision an exhibition of approximately 2,500 square feet to be mounted sequentially in several museums in different geographic regions across the United States over an initial partnership period of 2 to 3 years. The purpose of the exhibition will be to inform and educate the American public about coins and the role of government in minting and issuing coins, the display and to display and interpret our nation's history and heritage of coinage, to support the hobby of coin collecting and numismatics, and to present interactive, dynamic exhibits throughout the country. We're very excited about this venture, and we believe that many Americans will be attracted to the traveling exhibition when it's finally inaugurated. So Brent, I'd like to invite Brent up here to make a few comments.
Thank you very much, Ed, and I share your enthusiasm for this new venture between the U.S. Mint and the National Museum of American History. I really applaud your dedication and commitment and leadership in helping us reach this point, and I agree with you completely that this is a great fit between the mission of the U.S. Mint and the mission of the National Museum of American History to develop this traveling exhibition, and I am totally confident that the American people are going to be very grateful and very enthusiastic and inspired by this wonderful exhibition when we take it on the road in about 1.5 years. The mission of the National Museum of American History is to tell the story of America, and to our visitors both at our museum and online explore questions about American identity, what it means to be an American. And certainly American coinage helps us understand who we are as a people. Just to say a word or two about the museum to put this in context. We are in the forever business at the Smithsonian. We preserve the nation's collective memory. We have collections that cover every aspect of American history: political, military, cultural, technological, and social history and economic history, just to name a few areas of expertise in our collection. We have more than 3 million objects in our collection. We also have, as Ed mentions, the National Numismatic Collection, one of the finest numismatic collections in the world. And our holdings in United States coins and currency are unparalleled, unmatched by any museum in the world. The collection, the numismatic collection, consists of nearly 1.6 million objects, including about 1 million paper currency items and 600,000 coins, tokens, and medals. Chronologically, the collection stretches from antiquity to the present and includes specimens from nations around the world. However, the bulk of the collection represents United States history. The Smithsonian's partnership, as Ed mentioned, with the United States Mint goes back to at least 1923 and even back into the 19th century, when in 1923 Secretary of the Treasury Andrew Mellon officially transferred the U.S. Mint's expansive collection to the Smithsonian. Now, the National Museum of American History reopened last year after an extensive 2-year renovation, and since that time we have been shining new light on American history, quite literally with a new architectural design that brings in natural light, opens up the interior, makes it more welcoming. Since November of last year, more than 3.5 million people have visited the museum. And one of the new galleries at the museum, which we opened last month, was our numismatic gallery, Stories on Money. And there are tens of thousands of people who have already come to that very small but very beautiful gallery on the first floor of the museum. So that's why I'm very confident that when we open this traveling exhibition in 2011, approximately, is when we're aiming for, it is going to be a very popular show throughout the country. And it's going to attract a broader, more diverse audience than we could possibly reach in the museum at Washington, D.C. But as Ed said, our goal is to introduce the history, the art, and science of coinage in America. And I think it's an exciting topic. Some of you know that I wrote my dissertation on the history of gold mining in North Carolina many eons ago in graduate school, but it's just a topic that's very enriching, inspiring, and engaging. And it's a great, exciting moment for me to be able to join Ed in initiating this memorandum of understanding and the agreement between our two agencies. Thank you very much.
So right now, to make it official, Brent and I will now sign a ceremonial copy of the Memorandum of Understanding. The United States Mint looks forward to partnering with the Smithsonian National Museum of American History. And our ultimate goal here is to produce a world-class and extremely popular traveling exhibition. So. Congratulations.
Welcome to the American Numismatic Association's 2009 awards presentation. Hope everyone's having a good time at the show and enjoying themselves and having a great show. Today we recognize the dedicated contributors to the numismatic community. The ANA is a community of individuals engaged in a pastime that requires a great deal of energy and dedication. Friends, spouses, and others may sometimes find our devotion to the hobby peculiar, but those who are here today understand completely that numismatics is one of the world's great pastimes. At this time, I would like to ask Dr. Sassoli, the General Coordinator for United Future World Currency, to come forward to make a special presentation to ANA President Barry Stupler and to our museum. Okay.
Thank you. Take the. you, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for my poor English. I hope that you can understand. I'm very pleased and honored to present the first test coin that we made for the program of a United Future World Currency. It was presented recently, last month, to all the heads of states of the G8 summit. All the leaders received this, and included, of course, the President Obama. And so it's only a proposal, it's a project. It's not against the dollars, it's because it's only, how to say, is a coin that will be happen, but virtual. And so to help traders and unifying the world. This is, but the beauty of the dollar and its power is safe, of course, and it will remain forever. So I'm very pleased to give this to the Mr. Stapler.
I'm ready. Thank you.
And to the ANA Association, because it's the most important world association for coins.
Thank you very much.
So this is exactly the same packaging and the same gold test coin that we did. It was struck by the Royal Mint of Belgium. And this is the test coin 001 G8. Okay, so thank you so much. And have a nice. Okay. Thank you.
Kid.